Hey everyone, I just wanted to take a moment to thank Avinity Media for helping make the Alpha Club a reality. Check out more of their work with featured artist Mizzy Mans and his latest single, Loner, streaming now on every major platform.
Is this thing on?
It is.
Cool.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right.
Happy Sunday.
Good morning.
Yeah, well, it's more like 10 o'clock, but...
It's my fucking morning. I'll tell you that.
Well,
I just woke up.
You appear to still be in the same clothes that you wore to the bar last night.
As you can see, I have a different shirt on.
Oh, gotcha.
But yes,
okay.
I am still wearing the same clothes. Well, I didn't sleep here, John.
I know that. I did. Typical. What time did... So we got home.
It was like 3 in the morning,
We
I
got
think.
home at... Well, we left the bar at like 3, but I don't think we actually made it back.
That's crazy because the bar did not look like it was closing.
No, it was packed at like 3.
Even the club across the street was packed.
The club across the street, the line was still as long as it was when we showed up to the bar at like 9.
Oh my lord, did you see that line? Was it you that I was talking to in the bar?
Probably.
When I looked out and I said...
yeah, we were playing pool.
Oh yeah, I looked out and I said, is that the fucking line?
Yeah, well, if you notice, there were 2 separate lines. Oh, no, maybe...
No, one was probably like a 21 line. That's
think,
probably the 18-year-old one.
Oh.
I you know what? There had to have been no other club open.
I mean, I know the one that I used to work at was open.
Or was there an event there?
No, they just post. I mean, I still see their posts on social media, and I mean, obviously they're open every night. I don't think they had any event scheduled.
We need to show some more love to the
underground
one,
underground bar.
Yeah, I was about to name drop, but we're not in the business of name dropping.
Yeah, no
bars and clubs
here, especially for the bars.
It's a monopoly down there,
it
so
really is.
So I'm not gonna give them any more credit. They can pay me if they want me to talk about it, but I'm just gonna not for now.
So the amount of side quests that we had going on last night at the bar, I don't know, like you were like the central like area where we kept coming back to. But Eric, like,
naturally,
I ran into
a couple. Let me get one of these. Yep, thank you.
Oh.
I'm here all week.
Okay.
Keep going though.
Because I ran into my buddies, and they happened to actually be going over to walk, like to go talk to the people that we were also hanging out with, like mutual something.
Right.
And how about that bar back?
That's fucking funny.
That bus boy.
That is
with
the highlight of my weekend.
Can we say like?
We can talk about it.
Like,
we don't have to name drop anything.
Bus boy with the fucking Glock
in the sweatpants.
In sweatpants.
I looked at him dead in the eyes when he said that he was strapped. I was like, are you strapped up right now in fucking sweatpants? And he was like, yeah. And I was like,
it wasn't
no
even
way.
like, oh, like, hey dude, why are you carrying a gun in the bar? I was like, bro, you can carry a Glock in sweats?
In fucking sweatpants. Yeah, it was a Glock 48 too. It wasn't like it was.
So impressed. And you know, hey, please carry responsibly. I'm not saying just like.
I mean, he wasn't. Clearly, he wasn't drinking.
Well, yeah. Well,
that I've seen.
And I was just, don't be going around carrying, guns in bars if you don't really have a need to. As a bouncer, barback, busboy, I understand. I can understand that.
I mean, I'm not going to carry it.
I'm not going to carry it at a bar because
I did in Nashville. Did I ever tell you about that?
Did you carry in Nashville?
I open carried in Nashville.
Of course.
Well, I didn't. It wasn't.
Were you like big iron open carrying, or were you like open, like quote unquote open carrying?
Okay, so no, I wasn't. I didn't just have it on my hip.
Okay. I was gonna say,
but I was wearing a jacket. Okay.
Okay.
And I had taken the jacket because it ended up being pretty cold. It's in fucking March, I think.
Yeah.
It ended up being pretty cold. I gave the jacket to the girl I was with, and when I did that, it revealed that on my back is just a fucking 1911 full-size barrel.
Are you a back carry guy?
Well, with that, I had to.
Okay.
I mean, I have to back carry with a 1911. I can't do any other place unless I fucking throw it on my hip.
What about shoulder?
You know what?
Especially if you're wearing a jacket. That could be.
You know, I had thought about it, but the issue with that is it's too heavy. I would need two.
No, you mean if you buy a correct actual shoulder strap, it's supposed to be able to counteract that weight.
That weight, yeah. Well, that's why, because it's heavy. It's a heavy fucking gun.
Well, yes.
I mean, it's not like it's not. But yeah, so when I took the jacket off, we were walking home. So no one knew until we were walking home. When I was walking home, one of our friends that was with me was behind me, and he's like, "Yo, do you have a fucking gun right now?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I've had it all night."
I had it all night, baby. No,
But I did because I mean it's Nashville,
yeah,
right? And obviously I'm not gonna fucking shoot anybody.
Well, no, I mean in the surrounding area of Nashville, and like it's not great.
Well, we had to walk like 6 blocks from Broadway, back to our, and the blocks down there are long. It's not it's not like New York blocks. It's like
the art museum from Broadway when I was there, and like it took a
it's a long walk. I mean, it's like 30 minute fucking walk.
Well,
dude.
yeah, shit. Casey and I parked.
And we were on the side that has the hill. There's like a little hill.
Yeah. We parked over by the Marriott, and we met Colin for brunch. Hang on, excuse me.
Bless you.
Like that quick switch to sneeze into the mic.
Right. That Marriott. I'm trying to. Was it a double tree?
Yes.
That's where we stayed the first 2 nights, and then we had an Airbnb on the other side of Broadway.
Okay.
Down past the stadium.
Yes. Well, I mean, I didn't.
The last
I didn't
2 nights.
Stay in Nashville.
Right, but that's where we were at. So the walk from that double tree down to Broadway was our walk. That was but there was a hill there.
Oh, the one thing I didn't understand about when I was in Nashville, we had parked in a parking, the food court kind of thing. It's just like right off Broadway. It's like a food court. It's where the Tacovas is. It's like an outdoor mall kind of.
Wait, is that where the Taco Bell is? That area?
Unknown. I don't know.
Did you go to that Taco Bell? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Now that you mention it, I wish I did.
They had a live band.
Yeah,
fucking talk about a live band.
Well, this was.
It also had fucking Baja Blast margaritas, and it was awesome.
No, this was like a mall, and then it had like a bunch of different kind of like food places. I got shawarma in Nashville. I mean,
in Nashville.
I was inebriated out to piss. So like,
well, I was
there were so many good options too,
dude. I would tell you what, right next to one of the bars, and I can't remember what the fucking name of the bar was the best hot dog stand I've ever had. Best best drunken hot dog I think I've ever eaten in my life. You could have listen. I was.
Well, wait till you're in New York next.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, I've had one. I have had a hot dog in New York, but I will say that this thing, it wasn't like it was just like a little cart either. Like these motherfuckers were posted up. They had like 4 fucking tables, and you just pretty much went down the line. They had every single different condiment you could want and need.
So like kind of like the Chipotle of
hot dogs. Of street hot dogs. Yeah, but it was amazing. It was amazing, and I threw up actually behind the stand. Because it was in like a little parking lot almost, and I went behind one of the cars, and one of our friends, she actually, because I couldn't throw up, and I was like, I need to fucking throw up right now, because like but I couldn't get it up, so I'm getting like coached, like someone's standing over my shoulder, like coaching me on throwing up. I'm like, I'm trying.
Force vomiting is. Disgusting, but I mean, I've done it once, mainly because I think I did it once because I was like, hey, like I'm not trying to binge drink right now, but like right. I feel so sick right now that if I want to like continue hanging out with my friends tonight, like I mean that was years ago. I'm like I gotta shove some fingers down there.
Well, I mean, I don't ever really throw up when I drink, but at that point, it was a long day.
But if I throw up with intent.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, true.
There were a couple bad moments back in college.
Oh, man.
The window incident. Yeah. Poor Dalton. He had to discover that in the morning.
You weren't the one that threw up in the fucking that sink, were you?
Oh, that was also me. the night we threw the party after the week we spent in the field.
Yep.
I threw up in the sink.
Okay.
I cleaned it up.
Well, yeah.
With my hands.
That's fucking disgusting.
Yeah. And then the window incident, I thought the window was open, and instead of puking in the toilet like a normal person, I didn't make it in time.
Yeah.
And I just threw up all over the bathroom window. And I made my best effort at cleaning it up.
Well, I mean, that's all you really can do.
But Dalton, I ran into Dalton in front of our house.
I'm sorry, I'm listening, but I totally forgot that I have to gamble my life away.
Oh,
for
you're sports
Sunday.
Big sports betting guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're sitting here. It's almost quarter till noon.
Is there a time when bets close?
They close. Well, no, technically, there's live betting, but like all the stuff that you want and the odds that you want to bet, or typically you have to bet before the game starts. But sorry, you can bet during the game. It's just things change during the game. Kind of sucks. I'm not a fan.
You're just kind of more of a plug and chug, like let it sit kind of guy,
right? Yeah. I mean, there's people that strictly live bet.
I mean, it's kind of like day trading, like crypto, like. Which
that's a good way.
I've also never done, but like,
well, just day trading in general is like live betting.
Yeah, like it's like live betting, like you're watching it and you're like,
right. You're like, you got to be intently into it, and then but it can pay out sometimes. You could pick, like, I'll tell you one that my buddy does all the time. He loves doing the next touchdown scorers, like in live. You can bet on who's going to score the next touchdown.
Kind of cool.
And the odds end up being pretty good. And he doesn't really spend a whole lot of money on it, but he uses his excess and just putting little ones on that. And it makes money.
Yeah. Well, I think you told me the other day that you're not necessarily in the hole at all. Like all the money that you're sports betting with is the money that you've made from sports betting.
Yeah, I don't really put a whole lot into it. I mean, I'm in no position to.
Would you say you do it more for like an activity to enjoy more than like you're not like I'm gonna make profit today?
Yeah, it's more of like it gets me like really, really involved in a game that typically I wouldn't be involved in. So like that's really why I like it, because I'm gonna watch my team.
Yes.
Okay, but I want to watch some other football, and if I watch some other football and say I put a bet down on like this fucking Bengals Saints game right here, like if I put a bet down on the Saints to thrash Joe Burrow, okay?
Yeah.
I would be sitting there like, let's go fucking Saints the whole time. You know what I mean? Instead of me just sitting there be like, oh, cool game. You know, it gets you a little bought into it.
Yeah, that makes sense. A lot happening in college football yesterday. There was some.
So what was the outcome of this game?
The bet we'll find out since the highlight reel's on right now.
That is true. I did not know that LSU was number 1. I thought they sucked this year.
I also thought
I've been pretty much out of touch from college football this year.
Pretty much out of touch with like everything recently.
Oh Lord!
Yeah, wow. I mean, biggest story on the market right now is obviously the University of Tennessee.
Yeah, right. Well, I knew that one. I knew that one. But I didn't. I could have sworn that didn't LSU get fucking. Oh, wait a minute. We're so fucking stupid.
What?
This is not this year.
Oh, this is CFB for this. Oh, this is literally the college football championship from last year.
Yep. Well, this is what happens when you watch TV without having sound. I was gonna say, I was like, I'm almost 100% positive LSU is like 1 in fucking.
I think what gave
like
it away?
1 in
Joe
4.
Burrow on the screen. It's 2020 actually.
Yeah. Yeah, because LSU is literally dog water this year. So.
Yes, so we were right.
Right, and that's what I thought. So like, I have, and again, this goes back to I haven't watched. I've watched maybe 2 college football games this season. Aside from the ones I went to.
Yes.
And yeah, that's about it. I mean, I don't know. I have been more of an NFL guy lately. College is just, it's like, it's not as, I don't think it's as fun. There's not as many like crazy plays and stuff.
I would beg to disagree. I think professional sports are like,
I mean,
I'm just not that into
like,
them anymore. Like,
I don't know. The NFL has been getting more and more like highlight reel plays. just
I
like
guess.
big plays. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know a way to describe it, but I've been more of an NFL guy as of late than I have college. And I used to love college football, but
Yeah.
I'm just not really into it much anymore.
So how much do you think in total? Because, well, there was that moment at the bar last night where, what were you telling me to do? To sit upside down in the booth? Because I'd hit like I think we took a shot of tequila.
Was it the tequila that did it?
Probably. We took a lot of tequila shots yesterday.
Yeah, that was
Multiple types of tequila as well. And I think I hit that. I was like, I feel sick.
The one at the first bar was disgusting. If you could smell it, it was rail tequila. We got a shot of rail tequila.
Well, what else did you expect? What'd you expect?
Typically they ask. She just went straight to rail tequila.
Yeah. Kind of insulted, by the way. Like, you're not gonna ask me.
Right.
Like,
right. At least fucking ask
what do you
if
think
I want it.
What do you think I do for a
me.
living? Like, you think? Okay, well, we were there at 9:00.
Yeah, we were early.
We were very early.
But yes, you had the hiccups, and
I had them bad.
you had them for a while.
It was like 30 minutes of me just like every 15 seconds.
Yeah. Well, I was telling you to. I don't know if it. I mean, technically, you could probably if you go upside down and gulp. I think it does the same thing. But all I was telling you to do was to just be upside down, your head really upside down enough, and take like a sip of something. And I promise it'll go away like instantly.
I guess I didn't.
I mean,
really
it's
know.
happened to me. It's happened to me multiple times. And
Well, you
Dylan,
said Dylan held you upside
Dylan
down.
literally had held me by my fucking ankles upside down, and on multiple different occasions, and it's worked. Because that's something that happens to me a lot when I'm drinking. Is I'll end up just getting hiccups, and I can't ever get rid of them.
But that's
the only way that fucking makes
second
me
wind I hit. I remember looking at you, and I was like, I feel fucking awesome right now. Like, I didn't just feel good. Like,
well, I did. I had definitely had a second win last night too. After that second tequila shot, where I was like, let me sit down for like 20 minutes, and then I started drinking again. I started pounding. I had like 5 more beers after that.
well, so what had happened was, you walked up to me and said, "Hey, you got next round," and I said, "I got you."
Yeah.
So
and
I
then you
walked up,
disappeared.
because I walked up to the bar to try and get a drink. To get a couple drinks. I got 3 more beers, and I had my own in my hand still, and I brought them over. We drank them, and then it was like, "Hey, like Eric's got next round," and then Eric came up to me and he goes, "Hey, give this beer to Steven." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay. I don't know where he is." And then I searched for like at least 15 minutes walking around the bar, and I could not find you. And then,
I was at the bar, I'm pretty sure, because I was closing my tab.
and then you came back with more beer, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Well, this is for you, I guess."
Yeah. Well, I went to go close my tab because I could tell that I was starting to get tired. I wasn't necessarily as like drunk as I was tired.
Yes.
And so I was starting to get tired. We had a long fucking day. And you and I really only slept for like 3 hours yesterday.
Yeah. And we both drove 4 hours.
Right,
away
right.
each.
But so I was starting to get tired. So I was like, I'm gonna go close my tab.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna get another beer as I close it. So I got another beer, closed it, and then I ran into Eric, and he actually told me he was like, "Hey, I just bought you a beer." And I was like,
"Did I close my tab?"
I don't know. Where's your wallet?
I'm about to find out.
That would be very tragic. Because it is never fun returning to the bar in the morning to pick up your fucking credit card. Success? Yes. Great success. Yeah, no, that happens.
It's not that I thought like I've never once forgot to close my tab, but I just sometimes forget if I did. Like I was like, because I am a very forgetful person. So this is I got a huge bone to pick with the bars in town.
Yep.
And that is beer receptacle.
Beer receptacle.
Yes.
Explain.
We had multiple. We were drinking like 2 different kinds of beer last night. We had bottles and cans.
Okay, yeah. Well, I stuck with bottles.
But
because I was drinking Bud Light, though.
Yeah, well, I hate drinking out of cans. Hate it.
I hate doing it at a bar for sure.
I would prefer a bottle. However, the premium beer receptacle, in my opinion, is a clear plastic cup.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, so when we had lunch yesterday and they brought out those clear plastic cups and we were sitting on the bay,
Yeah.
with the bay wind and the bagels overhead, I was like, wow, I feel like $1,000 right now. Like,
That was a primo lunch for sure.
that was a primo lunch. How about those crab cakes, Steve?
I think there's some joke in there, but
I don't know if there was. I think you just paid way too much fucking money for crab cakes.
$51 for 2 crab cakes. It said market on it, and in my mind, I was like, I was looking at everything else on menu.
Were they worth it?
Fuck yeah, they were amazing. They're probably the best crab cake I've ever had.
And they give you one saltine.
No, they gave me 2. I just didn't.
With each.
It was under the other one. I just didn't see it when I made the comment about only one. Yeah, $51. So I saw market on there, and I was like, okay, but that means it's definitely going to be expensive. But there's no way it's more than this fucking $35. The next most expensive thing on the menu was $35. I was like, there's no way in some more.
I got a
that.
$15 sandwich.
Right. What was it? I think it was.
They had tuna on there, didn't they?
Wasn't it might have been the grouper. I think I saw grouper.
Yeah, I'm not a big seafood guy, but we were in the great state of Maryland,
right?
So
and we were out there in Maryland, where the food is good.
Yes.
So that's why I was talking about it all day. I was like, I want a fucking crab cake while we're out here because I know they're going to be good.
Look, to be honest, like
that was the best crab cake I've ever had.
I'm not a huge fan of crab cakes. I like crab dip and like stuff like that, but like if I had paid $51 for, I would have just gone into the bay, which was 30 feet away, and got them a replacement crab.
Yeah.
Like, you can hear.
I was not happy about it, but obviously there's nothing I was doing at that point. Yeah, kind of. Really I made that bet. I just had to lay in it. But after tip, I spent $100.
Yeah.
I spent $100.
Well, we got beer.
I had 2 beers.
2 beers.
Tequila shot. Fries.
And
then plus the tip ended up at 20%, put me at like, I think if my final bill was like $96.
I think the only way to recover from that would have been to go crash the wedding. That was in the banquet hall.
Right. That would have been a lot of fun.
That would have been, and we had finished.
We were dressed for it too.
We were dressed for it, and we had finished lunch as the reception, was started. So I think it's an opportunity lost there. They would have caught us the moment Eric opened his mouth.
Yeah.
Because he is not from around here. If
He's not from these parts.
If you will.
You look confused.
There was a lot going on last night. Like I said earlier, like the multiple side quests, like literally like the bar back with the Glock was an NPC. Like I'd give him a Zin pouch and he'd get me a shot. So like it was like he was a merchant.
That was fucking so funny. And then when he came back over the second time,
he kept coming up to us and was like, "What's up, boys?"
And then he would sit down with us.
He would sit down as our children. He was huge. He was like 6'4",
right? Yeah.
And none of us are over 6 foot.
No.
He was Gandalf, bro. we were the hobbits. We were Pippin. We were fucking Pip, Merry, Sam, and Frodo.
Yeah, that's definitely how that went. 100%.
Dude, or was he Aragorn because he was strapped up? Like
it's probably yeah.
Wow. Real life NPCs. I love like just like looking around the bar.
What about the quest of your friends put me on?
What did they put you on? Oh,
I had to go to another bar. Come back.
Oh, it wasn't tableside delivery?
No.
Sorry about that, by the way.
Oh, it's all right. It was only like 5 minutes. But I thought it was funny because I was sitting there and I was like, damn, they were added to the stress of the night.
They were like...
Not stress, but they added like, to the events of the night.
They were like, could you? And I was like, I couldn't, but he can.
Right.
It really was just a bunch of quests last night. Like, I love going to bars and like looking around and be like, who's an NPC? Like, who can I interact with right now? And they'll like give me a quest.
Dalton's the funniest one.
Dalton, yes.
Every time he shows up,
he just appears.
Right.
You were standing on the bench,
on the fucking thing, yelling at this man, and I was watching him cluelessly walk around the bar trying to find us.
Well, you know how that's actually, you bring up a good point, because that's how we met the bar back, because I saw my buddy Chris, and I yelled. I was like, yo, Chris. And the bar back looks me dead in the eyes, and he comes up to me, and I was like, oh, is your name Chris too? And he goes,
and he's like, no.
I was like, oh. Well, what's up?
He was like, yeah, man, I'm just used to people yelling and looking at me, so I came over, and I was like, and then that's how we ended up being friends with. Did you catch his name?
I did, but I forgot. I think
Okay.
it may have been Chris. It was something with a C.
I don't know,
I
but
don't know. No, it wasn't. I forget his name.
I'm definitely gonna fucking go back to that bar just to fuck around with him. That dude was fucking funny.
And is it weird that I immediately noticed he was strapped? Because like when I was sitting down, his dick was eye level with me. So I think that's how I noticed.
Are you sure you weren't just checking it out?
Maybe. Dude was wearing gray sweats. You know the.
No, I heard him mention it, but I wasn't in that conversation, and I stopped your guys' conversation, and I was like, "Are you fucking carrying a gun in sweatpants right now?"
It's just still.
And he just looked me dead in the eyes. He's like, "Yeah," and I was like, "What the fuck?"
I mean, wow.
It's a Glock, dude.
Very impressive.
I mean, this guy, dude, you have to have the sweatpants tied tight,
Yeah,
like tight,
or not, and just free ball it.
but your fucking pants are gonna fall down. You walk around all
I
night.
have clipped my sidearm into sweatpants before just to like see, and it like I just stood there for like 5 minutes, and eventually my pants were around my ankles.
Right, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
That's why I was like sitting there. I was like, "There's no fucking way, right?" But yeah, it's like doing it in gym shorts.
I did do it in gym shorts once.
How'd that go?
Honestly, not that bad.
Well, you know what you could do is you could get one of those, and honestly, this is one that I kind of want. It's like a belt that goes around your waist that it sits in.
Okay, it's kind of like an interior like gun belt kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, and it sits in the fucking in that like strap, and it goes all the way around your waist.
Okay,
and so you can carry it. It's like any outfit carry, essentially.
Yeah, because I know they do make a lot of things for women to carry in dresses.
Yes, that's true. You know what's my favorite thing?
What?
If a girl ever told me that she was carrying a gun and it was a fucking thigh holster.
In the words of Daniel Craig, not a lot of pretty girls walk around with Berettas strapped to their legs in a backless dress. By the way, that's dress
probably
was not
my
backless. It was sheer.
Yeah. What about the girl that was wearing assless chaps? That's bold.
Yeah. I mean, it is around Halloween. We did see the Riddler pop up.
The Riddler was around.
Another NPC.
Actually, I was talking to somebody because we saw the Riddler at the first bar, and
then he followed us to the second.
And
bar.
at the second bar, I was mid conversation with somebody, and I was like, "Oh, look, the Riddler's here," and then went back to the conversation. The person I was talking to was like, "What?" I was like,
I did see Poison Ivy floating around as well.
Well, she was with the Riddler,
yes,
wasn't she? Yeah.
I guess it was Gotham themed. Didn't see Batman, probably for the best. He was lurking in the shadows.
Oh yeah, no, he's off saving the world.
You never seen me and Batman in the same bar,
unless you're what's the fucking Twilight dude's name?
Edward.
No, the actor who played the new Batman.
Oh, Robert Pattinson.
Is that his name? Robert
Pattinson.
Is it Pattinson?
Pattinson.
Yeah. Well, unless you're him, because he's definitely not saving the world.
I didn't see the new Batman.
He just kills people. I'm pretty sure. Does he? I'm pretty sure he kills. I can't remember.
I think so. I mean,
did you not see the new one?
I did not see the new Batman.
I saw it once. Good movie. Well, at least I thought it was good. I liked it. But
was he Christian Bale?
Oh fuck no.
The Dark Knight is probably just the best. Like, I mean, Adam West is Batman, but like Christian Bale's the Dark Knight.
Adam West.
TV's own Adam West.
Where the fuck did my Zen go?
I don't think you had it yet. Didn't have any. Would you like one?
Yeah, can I have one?
Yeah. No, yeah, the girl in assless chaps it was cold too. Like, I mean, it's not Halloween yet. Like, I understand that it's like October, but it's like the middle of October.
Right. Well, that's why I said it was very bold of her to wear because
nobody else was in costume.
No, and no one that she was with,
unless like that was
that's
just
why,
her outfit choice.
That's I think it was because no one else. The girls that she was with were not in costumes.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
There's no way one person goes out in a costume,
or like someone missed the memo. Those are my favorite pictures where it's like, hey, all of our girlfriends are gonna go as like the Lord of the Rings to this Halloween party, and everyone wears like a fun cutesy outfit, and this chick's just like dressed up like an orc. I love it, and like something like that's the commitment I want. Like, it's like, oh, I'm a cute little elf. I'm a little dwarf. Like, no, I'm a fucking orc. And like, I got full. I'm wearing a bald cap, carrying a battle axe.
There's an episode of Community that actually encompasses that perfectly. The main guy was going as a boxer, and he told one of the girls to be. He was like, "You can be my ring girl."
Yeah.
And she showed up as the girl from Ring.
Oh, that's actually really funny. Like a cool. I feel like a cool group Halloween costume. Like, be like you do like
Teen Titans.
Teen Titans would be cool, but you could do like the Avengers, but like the like.
We should make it look really like cheap,
like bottom
Like
tier Avengers, like Iron
generic.
Man. You're just wearing like an Amazon box,
Walmart
spray
brand,
painted red.
great value brand.
Yes.
Avengers.
Well, I've actually been called Great Value Colin, our buddy Colin.
That's fucking.
I was
funny.
called Great Value Colin.
See, I would argue that he's great value Timo.
We get called the Wonder Twins all the time. It's funny because
I love him to death, but you definitely have a better personality.
Like the Wonder Twins are a man and a woman. It's a brother and sister. So like, which one's who?
I think that one probably depends on the night. Love Colin to death, but I definitely think when it comes to social skills,
Yeah,
that you can hold yourself up longer in a conversation.
yeah. Well, he's autistic, so.
We all are.
No, but he is like, well, Colin is he has the curse of having a photographic memory.
That blows.
So, like, I think he actually does. Like, he says it sometimes.
People think that they want a photographic memory.
Yes, but then that's the thing about like going
you don't.
Colin remembers every face that he's ever seen, and he probably has an association of that person or something he's heard or like something that they've done, and he's like, I cannot look at people the same anymore. It's like a curse, like information overload all the time.
Right. Well, and then on top of that, he's also very, I don't know if it's OCD or ADD.
It's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Like very, very, very. Like,
you'll like go to
but
his.
I mean, he does, listen, that makes him, I would want him working for me
Yes,
because he is an efficient
he's very efficient,
worker.
and
But
he also because he always says he's like
overanalyzes a lot.
he's like, oh, I'm just gonna fucking quit. I hate this. I'm gonna quit. And I'm like, yeah, but you're not.
He's not going to. But you know what? I will say that even after he does more work than he should on something,
Yes, when he says he's not.
he never is going to be like upset that he didn't need to do all that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like if he finds out like, oh wow, I really did do all that extra, he's like, oh,
Whatever.
He doesn't really care. And that's honestly because some people be like, man, I can't believe I fucking did all that work for
Nothing.
Yeah, he's not that guy.
Nah, the best is when you like go over to his apartment and he's got like his little bar cart laid out, and you go to like open a beer with a bottle opener, and then you put the bottle opener down, and then like he'll just continue having a conversation with you, but like you'll see him slightly reach down and like change the angle to make it like perfectly straight.
I know. I was about to say,
and you call him out on it, and he's like, "I didn't. What do you mean?" And he just blacks out and goes like full OCD.
well, that's what I mean when or I was about to say that my favorite thing to do at his apartment is slightly move things.
Oh, when I was living in his apartment during COVID, I moved everything like 3 inches to the right.
Yeah, because you can see it cooking in his mind.
Yeah.
Like,
He's like, something is wrong.
yeah.
And because I was working during COVID, but he wasn't. So he was just like, and then our other friend came to live there as well, and he wasn't working. So I was working, and they were just rotting. Like, I would leave for work at like 4 a.m, and I'd come out, and they'd be watching like YouTube conspiracy theory videos at like 4 a.m. And I'm like, yo, like, what's up, guys? And they're like, nothing. Like, it was ghosts.
Yeah.
I was living with like ghosts.
Actual fucking ghosts. That's funny, though. I mean,
it was COVID. I mean, there
did we
wasn't
take
anything
Jacksonville
to
at this game?
do. Jacksonville?
Jacksonville versus Indianapolis.
Couldn't tell you.
I really don't want to bet this game, but I want to take Jacksonville so bad.
Well, you have Trevor Lawrence on your fantasy team, don't
Who's
you?
my backup, yeah.
Oh.
My starter is Kyler Murray, so
Oh.
which should be a pretty good game this week. I'm pissed. I told you. Well, actually, I think I talked about it in the last episode. How I fucking missed getting Geno Smith.
You did. You did talk about that.
I sent you that video of him grabbing what's his name's ass.
Yes. Yes.
After they won the game, he fucking turns around and
he grabbed a handful.
Bro, he fucking grabbed a whole ass handful.
It's always funny because, like, in sports, like you smack your teammate on the ass, but
right.
He we always make fun.
Like a little love tap, but this guy, Geno Smith is he's a real one. He full on palmed this man's ass.
Yeah,
on live television.
Like, we always make fun of the captain of my lacrosse team when I was a junior because he would smack you on the ass, but like he'd make sure to get everyone. He's like, I'm not leaving any asses on smack today. And we're like, calm down, bro. Like, game hasn't even started yet.
Yeah.
And we'd always warm up to the Sum 41 In Too Deep, but like that weird trap remix. It sounded like it could be played in like a...
Sum 41 is ahead of its time, in my opinion.
Well, do they still put out music?
No, they don't anymore. I think they broke up, but, well, I actually don't know. They probably still tour. I mean, Bowling for Soup still tours.
Three Doors Down doesn't.
But Sum 41's music, like, was just as good, if not even better at times, than a lot of the other popular bands at that time. But not a lot of people know who Sum 41 is.
No, you're right. They know their songs, but they don't know, like...
Right, it's a very underrated band. And
I think they get mixed up a lot with, like, Blink-182.
Blink-182, even Green Day.
Maybe
some people...
Weezer. Like,
yeah, like that era. That era is all in there. The Doors.
The Doors. Bowling for Soup is a good one you brought up.
I did see them. I got to see them. They were fucking Warped Tour.
Yeah. Do they still do Warped Tour?
No, I don't think it. Well, I think they still do like a show, but it's not like a full cross country tour anymore.
Fans Warped Tour. That was like the peak of live show, like live
100%.
festivals.
Oh yeah.
And like now we have Coachella and 1,000 different festivals.
I'm not going to Coachella. To be honest,
of which I've been to none.
I will go to Rolling. I went to Rolling Loud. I actually do like Rolling Loud.
Yes.
It's a good environment too. Like they do a good job of putting that on.
Yes.
In Miami, I haven't gone to the other ones, but the one in Miami, they do a good job of putting that on, and they get a lot of good talent there. Like it's all from the people that start playing at fucking noon to the people that are headlining the night at fucking 9. They're all good. Like you, and it's like you actually. That's the only festival I went to where I actually had to plan and make some tough decisions on who I wanted to see.
See, I've never been to a festival, and I've never really had the desire to because, in my opinion, music festivals are cool. But you know what's even better? The Renaissance Fair. Have you ever been to a Renaissance Fair?
No, I really want to though.
Oh my
to be honest.
God! Like, and that's the thing about a Renaissance Fair. You can make fun, like, oh, you're LARPing, you're whatever, but dude. If I want to walk around with a sword and a piss drunk with a chicken with a turkey leg, all right, here's an idea.
I want to fucking joust, like legitimately joust.
The next time we get all of our friends together, funny. We go to Medieval Times.
Where's that?
There's one in Baltimore, I think.
Isn't there? I thought the big one was in like Chicago or something like that.
No, so there's one in Jersey. There's one in Toronto. There's one. It might be Ottawa, actually.
You know what? There definitely is one in Baltimore.
There's one in Baltimore.
I saw one of my friends just randomly. Listen, this is totally off brand for him. Like out of nowhere, out of fucking left field. Him and his girlfriend went to a fucking medieval times, and I was like, all right, fuck it. Yeah, they looked like they were having a fucking great time.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I haven't been in like 15 years. But from like, I couldn't even imagine now being like an adult going and like being able to drink.
Yeah.
Like, that's like one of those things you got to put yourself up in a hotel the night afterwards.
Right.
If they don't send you to the dungeon.
I'm trying to think of what I want to do here. Do I think that Cincinnati, I don't think they lose by more than a field goal. Right. I don't know.
Not really.
This is a tough one to pick here.
And like a Renaissance Fair is cool because they do like, there'll be like jousts and like, it's kind of like if you ever watched Game of Thrones or read the books, like the tournaments they put on, like the Tournament of the Hand. hosted by Robert Baratheon in season 1. Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty much what it is. Like, you go to the lists, you know, you can bet on nights. Like, who do you want to win? Like, walk around with a tankard full of beer and just have a great time. Like,
Yeah.
you know, people always say, like, oh, like, sports are cool, but, like, the peak of human entertainment was just violence.
Yeah.
The Coliseum.
Pretty much.
Like, I mean, even rugby is extremely violent. Like, well, I mean, what do you think the most what do you think the most paid out sport is of all time? Probably boxing.
Yeah. No,
Like,
actually, I would probably say soccer.
Well, okay, well, soccer. I mean, shit. Talking about violence. Ever been to a soccer game in, like, Europe? I mean, I never have. They kill people over there.
Yeah. If you, so this is a funny story. It's Chelsea.
I knew you were going to bring up Chelsea.
It was a Chelsea Manchester United match. I never went to it, but one of my friends was talking about it. He went to it. A security guard actually came and pulled him out of his seat and said, "Hey, it's not safe here."
Yeah.
Because he was sitting in a Manchester United section wearing a Chelsea jersey.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
And a security guard actually came down and was like, "Hey, it is not safe here.
Yeah.
You need to come with me."
Like, I mean, when I was in Bermuda, they had the Bermuda cricket thing going on. It's like the Caribbean cricket championship.
I didn't know that was even a thing.
I mean, I have failed to understand cricket. But anyway,
To be honest, I've never taken the time. But when I look at it, I'm like,
it makes no sense.
It makes no sense. And I bet, like, how do you watch it?
The matches could take like days.
Well, weeks sometimes, right?
It's like Quidditch.
Yeah.
But like, I rented this moped in Bermuda, and the guy was like, "Hey, like, you see the big stadium over there?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Stay the fuck away. It, like, people are murdered."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay, like, you don't have to convince me. I'm not getting murdered in another country right now."
Yeah.
Humans just love violence. That's always been the thing.
100%. I mean, it really is just like a weird fucking, I don't want to say it's human nature. I mean, at that point, you pretty much could say it's human nature. Because even before organized sports were a thing, I mean, people are killing each other for fun.
Oh, yeah.
People always do that.
Here's the thing. Speaking of human nature, I saw a very interesting point, and I 100% agree with it. But Sigmund Freud would love TikTok.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, my God. I saw a thing. It was like, find out what kind of lipstick his mom wears. I'm like, that dude was onto something.
Right.
Like, holy.
Do I take the Cardinals here? I think the Cardinals will pull it off against Seattle. I mean, they have to. If the Cardinals really want to, yeah, I'll take the Cardinals on this. Actually, no, that. Sorry, I'm trying to put in my fucking my picks for the weekend. But
yeah, I don't need that stress.
I'm sitting here. That's what I've been scrolling through for like the last 10 minutes.
I imagine.
But I'm trying to figure out. I think I take the over in this game. No, I'll tease it down. I'll tease it down. I'll put that. Actually, this is going on my teaser fucking parlay. But yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, you ever gotten season tickets to like a season for a sports team?
My family has. Well, not me.
I don't get it.
Well, technically, WVU.
Because I
mean,
I don't know if I could, like, that when we went to that Steelers Jets game. I had a blast, but I could not do that.
I couldn't do that every week. Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's a lot of work, and
well, I mean,
it depends.
Then again, if we did do it every week, we probably wouldn't go get poleaxed afterwards every weekend.
Right. It would be like, let's tailgate.
We didn't tailgate it all.
Right.
We drank.
Well, we got there late, so we had to crush our fucking case.
We drank a case of beer
a piece
walking to the stadium. Well, I gave a lot of beers out to Jets fans, just doing my daily service. And then, well, here's the thing, because I was like, man, I gotta get like one more beer in me. And then like I offered a beer to this Jets fan, and then they cleaned me out.
Yeah.
I went from like 8 beers left, which I mean I couldn't have drank 8 beers in that time frame.
Right.
How about when we walked into the casino with the cases of beer, not like into the casino onto the floor, but like the parking garage elevator brought us to like the ground floor of the casino, and they
Right.
were like, "You cannot come in here
He
with those
fucking
beers."
bro. We were probably like 40 yards away from this guy.
He's
And
like, "You cannot bring those cases." I'd be like, "What do you think? I was gonna go sit down at a blackjack table and
With
just
a fucking
plop
case
my
of
case
beer,
of beer on
wearing
the
my
table?"
jersey. Clearly, I'm walking to the fucking game.
Yeah, and I was like, "Could you please direct me to the exit?"
Yeah.
Like, and what it was, there was like the 21 and up exit, and then the 18 and up exit.
Right.
Because I guess you can't go through the casino. What is
No,
the gambling age in Pennsylvania?
It's all 21.
It's all 21.
It's 21 across the board. But yeah, you can't even go into because I mean you can there's so at least the casino, the Meadows around up there in Washington. There's ways to go around the actual like casino floor area.
Yeah.
And you can do that without getting carded. But to enter it, you have to.
Have you been to that casino, the one in Pittsburgh?
Yes, I have. I went after the Pitt game.
Here's my thing about casinos. Like,
It's a nice casino.
I mean, I'm not a big like gambler. Like, you know, if I'm like, I would only really gamble or go to a casino in like a casino area. Like
Yeah,
Atlantic City, Las Vegas, Montenegro. Like, I mean, there's really only
Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, I want to take you.
ooh. But like, that's the thing. Like, if I'm like, I'm not going to some like random casino in the Poconos.
Right,
I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna waste money here. Like, that's the thing. If you go to a casino, like, I mean, I guess this is a lot harder to do. Just easier to say than to do. But like, oh, I'm gonna spend $300 tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I did in Atlantic City. I bought one hand of blackjack, a single hand. It was $15 minimum, whatever. Bought one hand of blackjack, and the guy was like, "Are you serious? Like, is this a joke?" And I was like, "No." My buddy's like,
No,
"What are
it's
you
not.
doing?" And I was like, "I'm playing one hand of blackjack," and dealt me out. Put down $15. I pushed. Put down 15 more dollars. Dealer bust. I got $30 now. Put
Yeah.
down $30. I hit blackjack.
Mm,
Tripled my money. Got up. The dude sitting next to me at the table, as soon as I sat down, he was a very disgruntled, middle-aged man, clearly losing a lot of money.
yeah.
And he was like, "Good luck, kid." And I'm like, "Okay." I just
Yeah.
tripled my money. And then I got up, and the dude's like, "Where are you going?" And I'm like, "Chip me out." Like, now I got drinking money.
Right. Like now I can go. Well, a lot of people do that at Vegas. They'll land in Vegas, and the first thing they do is go to the casino
Put it all on black.
and fucking they'll gamble to make the money that they're gonna spend.
That's exactly what I did.
Which is smart. I mean, to be honest, like that's an efficient use of your time and money, really.
Well, because I actually enjoy
Unless
playing
you fucking suck.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy playing blackjack, and
Like, don't go put it on a slot. Go
yeah,
play a
like,
fucking game where you
I
actually
will
can make
never-
money.
The only slot, I guess it's not even a slot machine that I've ever done, was my dad's wedding. We were in the Hard Rock Casino in like Dominican Republic, I think it was.
I didn't even know they had Hard Rock on there.
Oh yeah, it's like huge Hard Rock Casino. And I was just like, I was pissed drunk, and I was just like putting money down on like this virtual horse racing, and they had the horses like run around a track, and I was like,
That's
having
interesting.
so much fun, but I was losing so much money.
That's very interesting, actually.
But it was like my uncle gave me like $100, and he's like, "Go have the time of your life." And I was
Right.
like, "Awesome." I was 18. I was like, "Sure." I had to use my passport to get into the casino. Like, it was weird.
That's
And
always fun.
they took my passport, and they were like, "Is this fake?" And I was like, well, "What? How do you think I got into the country? Like, you think I
Yeah.
swam here?"
Is this fake?
I mean,
Well, I guess
freshman year of college, I got my 18-year-old regular driver's license snapped in half.
Yeah.
And you know what?
I mean,
I was at an 18 and up bar or club. It was like
Yeah.
18 to go in, 21 to drink, and I went into the 18-year-old line with my driver's license, and the
Right.
dude snapped it.
that's just ridiculous.
And I was like, "What the fuck?" And he was like, "This is fake." And I was like, "Why would I fake an
Why would I
18-year-old
fucking fake
ID?"
this? Yeah.
I was like, "I go here. I'm a freshman. Way to you just lost my fucking business."
Yeah, 100%. I think that has happened. I was telling you last night about the person that went to use her ID at one of the biggest bars in town,
Yeah.
and he said, "This is fake. It's a real ID." And she's like, no. And she actually got the police, because the police sit on the fucking the street. Got the police to come over, and the police confirmed it was a real ID. And he was like, and the bouncer was like, I'm still not going to let her in. Because he was that fucking hurt.
Yeah, I mean,
his pride was hurt.
My 21st birthday, which unfortunately for me transpired during COVID, but the bars just like were starting to open up again. And my dad was like, yo, we're going to this bar. And I was like, all right. And I was in Jersey, but since now I'm a West Virginia resident.
All right, picks her in.
Picks her in.
Picks her in.
Locked.
We are locked.
Dr. Locks. But
Diamond hands.
We went to this bar, and like,
by the way, I'm taking the Chiefs in this game.
Are you taking the Chiefs?
Fuck yeah. I take the Chiefs in this one.
Bills Nation.
Yeah.
Bills Mafia.
Anyways, keep going. Sorry.
No, but he was like, so I'm a West Virginia resident, so bar's empty. You know, I mean, there was a couple people in there. But I was like, handed him my ID, and he goes, what the fuck is this? I was like, it's a West Virginia driver's license. And it was still vertical, but like, he was like, this is fake. And I was like, okay, well, question me. And he goes, what's the birth date? I said, July 6th, 1999. And he goes, And I was like, sir, if you don't mind me asking, what day is it today? And he goes, July 6th, 2021. I said, or 2020. I was like, yeah, go fucking figure. It's my 21st birthday. And he still didn't believe me. So I had to pull out my military ID card with the birth date on the back. And he was like, these better match. And I'm like, I will put $1,000. I will my entire life savings. And
listen, I would put a bet on that.
And then he let me in the bar. And I was like, he was so pissed about it.
Right, right.
And
because they hate when you question their authority.
Yeah.
They hate that.
I got to the point where, like, especially when I'm in New Jersey, like visiting my family, and like, because I've heard it's impossible to fake a West Virginia ID. I've heard it's nearly impossible to fake it.
See, I beg to differ. I know a lot of people that bought West Virginia fakes and that worked.
But I was just like I'll hand him my ID and I'll immediately have my secondary ID on standby.
Yeah, especially with the new ones they just came out with. With the old ones were hard because they were
my
thick.
driver's license. It looks fake.
Right, right. Well, the old ones, the old West Virginia ones were thick. It was a thick material, and like you could tell when one was fake because it wasn't that thick material. The new ones, or that generic material that like 90% of the country uses for their IDs. Yeah. So now
they're very thin.
They're very easy to fake too. I don't know. I had a Ohio one that was flawless.
I never had a fake, but I do know. So interesting story. We were in Myrtle Beach during the summer, and my two friends, one went to University of Miami, one went to ECU. Guy, girl. We went to a bar, and they both
guy on guy.
they both pulled out their fakes from different websites.
Yeah.
Different states, same address. Same fucking exact address. It was like, I mean, I'm just gonna spit out. It was like 648 East West Street. Like,
it's just the most generic.
But they were in different states. They were the exact same.
That's funny.
And they were like, oh fuck. Well, one of us is not getting into this bar.
Yeah.
But they both ended up getting in. I thought that was so funny. I never found the need to get into a fake because I always went to the one bar on Beechurst that would just let me in anyway.
Right, right. Well,
I ran them for their fucking money on BOGO night.
To be honest, I used my brother's idea a good bit.
Well, you look like your brother.
Right, right. And what was funny is he fucking gave me his passport to use.
That's bold. That's very bold.
And I used it. It fucking worked. I used it in Florida one time. We were in Disney, and we were trying to drink around the world. And instead of him buying me my drink every time, he was like, just take my passport. We literally would walk up to the same counter.
That's funny.
The same name, the same fucking picture on the ID.
You know, actually,
and it would work.
My sister asked me.
You got to play the game.
My younger sister asked me if she could use my ID to get into a bar. She said she was going to dress like a dude.
That would be funny.
And I was like, I really want to see if this works, but I also don't want them to take my driver's license. Well, I have to explain to them. Because I wasn't going to the bar with her, but I was
but you could just get a new one.
You can get them online now, which is really easy. Well, I went through to get my updated ID. I went through the fire and the flames to get that. I had to drive to Flatwoods to do it because the next
I don't know what that is.
Flatwoods, West Virginia.
Oh, Flatwoods, West Virginia. I thought you were talking about New Jersey.
No.
I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is.
Because like the next Morgantown DMV appointment was like 3 months later.
Why wouldn't you go north? Why would you go south?
The nearest one was Flatwoods. They had an appointment like next day.
I still probably would have went up north.
Like where? Wheeling?
Well, Wheeling or Weirton.
I mean, Flatwoods is an hour.
I don't know. Listen, I can get to Wheeling in less than an hour.
Well, I can't.
But that's another road.
My car does not.
Oh,
it
true.
just my car just doesn't.
True. Yeah.
It really just doesn't.
Your car just simply does not.
It really doesn't.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
It's holding together though.
Holden.
Maybe this kicks off. I'll get a nicer car.
Yeah, maybe.
That won't try and explode every time I go over.
That'd be nice.
50 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate.
Have you been on the highway with me?
No, I don't think I have.
It's like sitting in a wind tunnel. It's horrible.
Do you have a soft top?
No. See, here's the thing about that.
Have you ever had a soft top?
No, I wanted a soft top, but if I were to get a soft top, like to aftermarket, it'd be like $1,000. Or I could get a roof tent for like $1,000. Like, but because I've got the T top.
Yeah.
It's like I can always just take. I mean, I've only taken the actual whole top off once because I tried to do it by myself.
Yeah.
You know what I didn't realize? All of the weight is in the back window.
Yeah.
So when I was moving it myself, the back window had opened up and all the weight shifted, and I almost ditched the whole thing. Like in my driveway.
Imagine if you just been like, "Yep, I'm calling it here."
My stepdad came out and he was like, "That was almost really bad. You want some fucking help, dumbass?"
Yeah,
and I was like, "Yeah." And it was we still struggled to get it off.
I'm taking the Jets in this game. I like the Jets money line here.
You know what? I'm a Jets fan, so I'm just gonna take the Jets because and I think Aaron Rodgers should fucking retire.
I'm pretty sure he has like 2 more years.
My stepbrother's listening to this. He's a fucking Aaron Rodgers simp.
Well,
dude's got Aaron. I bought him Aaron Rodgers socks for his birthday.
My mom's in love with Aaron Rodgers.
Like,
but she's always been an Aaron Rodgers fan. She's a Steelers fan, but she has Green Bay stuff that's only for Aaron Rodgers, and she is always stuck to that. But no, I think the Jets here. I don't think the Packers pull this one off. I think the Packers are slowly falling apart.
Tearing at the seams.
And the Jets are on a fucking heater.
They are.
I think that it's generous. So the spread's like 7.5, I think, for the Packers.
Okay.
I think that is generous. Oh, it is 7.5.
7.5.
I think that's generous. Very, very generous. This is going to be a 3-point game.
You think so?
Yeah. It's either going to be a 3-point game or the Jets are going to fucking blow them out, dude. I don't know what it is about the Jets because if you look at their team, it's not that great.
Yeah.
But they're doing it.
Well, they're led by the man himself. Fucking Zach Wilson.
Yeah. I still don't think that should be the fucking hill that Jets fans die on, but hey,
right, listen.
It is what it is.
Young Gravy walked so Zach Wilson could sprint.
Yeah.
I mean, get these guys in the same room. Can we get Young Gravy and Zach Wilson on the podcast at the same time?
That would be fucking funny, actually.
Oh, my God.
Like, you know what? Did I set my fantasy lineup? I think I did already.
Like, every mother in a 50-mile radius would know. Like, I don't, like, getting them in the same room, like, the polarity of the, like, air would switch.
Right.
The winds would change. And I saw a thing, it was like, the Packers' weakness is Zach Wilson's strength. I mean,
yeah.
Is that Rex? That's fucking Rex Ryan on the screen.
I looked up right as it changed.
And Mark Sanchez is a caster now or a commentator, isn't he?
Yes.
Can we? That would be so funny if like the NFL Today or whatever this fucking thing is called, like it's like Rex Ryan and Mark Sanchez like talking. Like, you think there's beef between Mark Sanchez and Rex Ryan?
I doubt it. I fucking doubt it, to be honest.
They went to 2 AFC championships together.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Rex Ryan, but I think he was a terrible coach. You ever noticed, like, I always made a joke, like, you're running the Jets defense, you're just blitzing every single play. They did. They literally blitzed.
Well, there comes a
single
point
play.
in time where that is like all you can do.
Like Rex Ryan looks pretty. Why are his teeth so white?
When you get money, first thing people do is make fake teeth. Listen, I would do it if I get money.
I mean,
Give me fake teeth, bro. Teeth are so annoying.
when my braces came off, like my retainer just didn't work.
Well, my teeth are still fucked. I had braces and they took them off, and my teeth are still not straight.
Yeah, like my.
So
my
I mean, it's gotten worse now, but I mean, I don't really care about that. It's just the fact that like
I mean, I can open a can with my front teeth.
I'm one of those fucking people that have the like no enamel problem.
I don't even know what that means. Like you don't have enamel.
It's not no enamel, but just like you're basically fucking born to fail when it comes to teeth. I just have no matter. I brush my teeth twice a day.
Yeah,
I have my entire life, and I probably have had like 50 cavities.
Really?
Yeah, and it's just because it's. And they told me when I was even a kid that this was going.
You're fighting an uphill battle, kid.
Right. So I would like fuck it. At this point, I'm like, just give me some fucking fake teeth.
We got some white spray paint.
It's not even. I don't even care about my teeth being white. That doesn't bother me. It's the fact that I'm always gonna have to get a filling. At least one. I'm good for at least 1 or 2 fillings a year.
Yeah.
Give me fucking fake teeth at this point.
My family's got fucked up teeth. My mother wore headgear.
Oh, that's bad.
My sister had like pretty much all of her teeth medically removed.
They don't do that anymore, do they?
Headgear?
Yeah.
I think the technology is advanced enough.
Right.
No, they'll just wire your fucking jaw shut with braces.
Right.
Like crank those motherfuckers down as tight as they can go.
Liquid only diet.
Yeah, pretty much. Like
that sucks.
All my sister's baby teeth were like medically removed. My aunt had like a tooth like in her nasal cavity.
One of my friends had 2 rows of teeth.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, his
it's like a fucking shark.
His adult teeth grew. He had to get them all like pulled.
Yeah,
he had to get like all the his baby teeth didn't fall out, and his adult teeth grew in front of him.
That is absolutely foul.
Yeah. It was when he was a kid. He had to. It wasn't all of the teeth, but he had
majority.
There was a good bit.
I think one is too many.
Right, and so he had to get them removed when he was a kid. Yeah, it was funny. We used to call him fucking shark. Shark something. I can't
Shark
remember.
boy.
Shark bait.
Ooh aha.
Ooh aha.
No, but like my aunt had like a tooth like in her like nasal cavity, and she had a tooth like
Jesus.
Like it was coming out of her gum.
Yeah.
Like you could see it, and it was like so she had like a tooth like above her tooth. Dad, perfect fucking teeth.
Yeah.
Like, don't know how. Like no braces, nothing. Like he's got perfect teeth.
Listen, if I would love to have the demeanor that your dad has.
He is that man. Okay.
Every situation you can put him in, he's going to be like, all right.
Like,
you know what I mean? He's going to be calm, cool, and collected.
I could talk about my father for an entire episode, but like to scratch the surface, State College, 2015 mountain bike trip. Let's take a shortcut through this fence. Lo and behold, mountain lion sanctuary. Made it through. Took a wrong turn that same trip. Dude came out on the porch with a Remington, let his dogs out. Dogs beelined. Notre Dame, 2016. Broke into the locker room. Attempted to steal the Heisman Trophy.
That's funny.
Rutgers, 2012. Broke right into the locker room. On the field. High Point Solution Stadium, or whatever it's called now.
Yeah.
On the field. MetLife Stadium. Caldwell Chiefs State Championship, 2008. I was a water boy. Walked straight in to the bubble. Got his entire team in there to practice before the game. They were not supposed to do that. We were practicing in the bubble at MetLife Stadium. You know how many college tours I went on?
Like actually?
Yeah, like actually one. You know how many colleges I toured? Many. We would just show up to a school
and be like,
and just hop on a tour. Like the ones like they had the audio guided tours. He'd just steal like the headset. Funny. And like he was like, this tour is boring. I want to see the places I'm not allowed. And you know what? I carry that demeanor through my entire life because I'm like, no one's gonna fucking ask you questions if you just like
confidence is key, man.
Like you just show up.
I was talking about that yesterday.
Yeah, 2016. My dad texted me and he goes, it was like because my parents are divorced, so he texted me. I was at my mom's house and he was like, pack a duffel bag, and I was like, what do you fucking mean? And he's like, I'm picking you up in 20 minutes. Next thing I know, I'm in Chicago. I was like, why are we here? And he goes, I got a coaching conference. I'll bring you. My dad's a lacrosse coach. He's like, I'm going to bring you. I was like, an hour ago, I was sleeping.
Yeah.
And you picked me up at 4 a.m. and I'm in Chicago. I've never been to Chicago. And I was like, what are we like? Well, when's this coaching conference? Where is it? And he goes, oh, it's in Notre Dame. I was like, well, why are we in Chicago? He made me drive from the airport. He's like, you ever driven through Chicago? And I'm like, no. And my dad,
it sucks, by the way.
My dad is my dad. We will be driving through, like, we'll be on Martin, like, I'm not trying to be rude, but Martin Luther King Street, New York City. My dad's got the windows down, pointing at every motherfucker he sees. Look at that person. Look at that person. I'm like, Dad, stop pointing at
He doesn't
people.
care, yeah.
Stop pointing at people. Like, his wedding to my stepmother, I have a video on my phone. It's actually really funny. He was like, I never even knew my dad as a drinker. Like, he never gets mad and anything. Like, he was, big frat guy in college, but like, he was like, man, I really haven't had a night out in a while. I'm like, well, it's your wedding week. Let's have some fun.
Right. Yeah.
We broke into the security area of the resort we were at, and he's trying to turn off all the fountains. And then when he didn't, he decided the next best thing was to throw me in the nearest fountain. He pushed me down, accidentally pushed me down a flight of stairs.
Accidentally.
And then threw me into a fountain. And there's a video he was saying he met these people. We were on an island in the Caribbean, and they were German. And they were like, oh, well, congratulations, you have the wedding. Oh, it's so nice. And my dad's
That's
like,
a really good German accent, actually.
My dad's like, did you guys drive here from Germany in a Mercedes? Did you take the Autobahn? Did you drive here? And they were like, well, what do you mean drive here? We are in the middle of the ocean. And he was like, he starts going, he goes, hee hee. He's like giggling. He was giggling. And then like, you see my dance moves. Like,
yeah.
It copy and paste.
That's funny.
And my mother looked at me like a couple of weeks ago when I was visiting. She's like, fuck. And I'm like, what? She goes, you're the spitting fucking image of your father.
Yeah.
And I was like, oops.
Yeah.
I also inherited his very small wrists. So watches are a bit of a struggle. But
imagine that being your fucking flaw. Yeah, hey, I've got small wrists.
Literally, like, I got fucking tiny wrists. Like, I do.
Oh, my God.
It's so weird.
Oh, man. Well, on that note, I think we should probably get wrapping up here.
Yeah, probably start wrapping up
Football's,
here. Football about to go on.
But it's good.
Fuck football. I'm taking a shower. I feel disgusting right now.
Yeah, all right. Oh, I mean, I'm going to shower, too. Obviously, I just got home.
You are still wearing the same clothes.
Yeah.
Shacked up.
Yeah, dude. A walk of shame.
Is that
perhaps.
a crop top under your sweatshirt?
No, it's not. It's not.
A little lace action.
Actually, it's the shirt that just says butt on it and the pit lettering.
Oh, because it's
it's from the pit game.
Just butt.
It's yeah.
You last thing. You got some awesome t-shirts.
Yeah.
Virginia Tech can swallow these country loads.
Yeah. The best one I still think is the Texas can suck a bag of dicks shirt.
Yeah, because it's just straight to the point.
Yeah.
It's like there's no quirkiness.
No,
it's
no.
just fuck
there's
you.
There's no
straight
pun to it. It's just Texas can suck a bag of dicks.
Penn State sucks. Pitt swallows.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, it's fun. Anyways, as always, this is the Alpha Club.
Alpha Club.
From Timo and Steven. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Have a great Sunday.